Yo, what's good? So I want to start this video off with something Zerka said that I agree with pretty strongly, not 100%, but I'm gonna show you it right now, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on it right after.
Here's the truth, bro. 99% of life is looking good. Like, think of if you're homeless and poor, but you look good, you're not depressed, right? Just think about it. You really gotta ask yourself, why would God emanate beauty into the world? Why? Is it not important to him? Like, why would God make it so you can set a routine that makes you better looking or uglier? You can set that. He wants your routine to make you better looking, bro. Looks maxing is the only thing there is, bro.
Okay, so that's basically what the video is. Here's the thing, right? Looks maxing is not the only thing. The things that I would say are that are a lot more important are your family, right? Is your health. Because let's say you're very good looking, right? But there's a bunch of really good looking people who kill themselves or do a bunch of this stuff, and they still live like really depressing lives. Like, they could have really poor mental health, depression. Let's say they can't breathe well, really poor asthma, stomach problems. They an intestine exploded or some bullshit, right? Or they're in the middle of like a war, right? Obviously looking good is gonna fix all the problems. So what Zerka's saying is a bit false, right? But let's say you got all the main needs taken care of, right? Let's say you got the health. Let's say you got shelter, some food and whatnot, and water, and everything like this, like the base stuff. Let's say you have a few friends. The thing you're gonna crave most is like intercourse with the opposite gender, and like not even just intercourse, like love, like true love with another person. And the best way you're gonna get that is your looks, dude. Money's not gonna buy that. Money's gonna buy you leverage, but it's gonna buy you fake love, and you know it deep inside. And if you've ever been one of these guys who's been like, I don't know, maybe when you were younger, or maybe you like look smacks an insane amount. Maybe some people will never even experience this, but if you've ever been one of those guys who looked really, really good, I'm saying like I am right now. No, like I don't think I was ever even like I don't think I was ever above like a high tuner or whatever, but I know I looked good at one point. And dude, life just becomes sunshine and rainbows everywhere you walk. People compliment you in an incredible amount. It's like life isn't even real, and like you get this affection and love, and people stare at you like you're this, like, I don't even know how to explain it, like this superior being even when you're not doing anything. And it's just completely ridiculous, the amount of compliments, the amount of compliments you get from the opposite gender or from people older than you. And especially like what kind of face do you have, right? But if you have like that just like kind of appealing face, if you wake up and you look like, I don't know, Vasily Stepanov, you would lose your mind at how insane of a difference the world is. And you don't believe this. Like, people say like, oh, I ascended, but it didn't change that much. But it's probably because like they fit that super masculine, intimidating like archetype. But if you're one of those guys like, I don't like, where you have like this like appeal where people want to like talk to you, it's like almost like, how do you explain, like, I don't know, Ellie from like Last of Us, or like these people who like emanate like light and like beauty. Bro, life becomes tutorial mode. It's incredible. And the fastest way you're gonna get toward that like love that you want, the fastest way you're gonna be happy or whatnot, it's probably just gonna come from your looks, bro. Because let's say you're not getting any girls. Let's say you're broke as shit, but when you look in the mirror, you look really, really good. Like, everybody will compliment you when you're walking around. Dude, it's insane. And people are gonna give you these opportunities no matter what you do. You stop with someone on the street, and then I'm telling you, like, this doesn't happen to most people, but like this happens to like my friend, who I would say is like a Chad Light. He's walking in his neighborhood, and then he meets like this guy walking his dog. He's like a father, and the father's right in front of his house. And then the three girls see the father and my friend talking, and then the three girls like shout from the window, "You're so handsome, oh my god!" And they like start talking to him, and they ask what's his number, what's his Instagram, and whatnot. And like, most people will never relate to something like that happening, right? Or like, when you walk into like a classroom and like everybody just like starts staring at you. Like, I know this like sounds so far-fetched for like, I don't know, 90% of people in society, but it is worth it, right? Of course, like improving your appearance is hard, right? Because you need to like, for most people, like you need to not eat, and you need to like learn every single detail about facial anatomy, and some people might even need surgeries, right? And you need to be extremely calculated, and even then it might not even, work. But the thing about looks is it's so rare, because you don't understand, you don't understand how much the human population respects genetic quality and proper development. And there's so many things that have to go right to be good looking. You need to have good genetics, so your mother and father need to most likely look good, and that genetic recombination needs to work well together. Number two, like, in order to have like a really strong eye area, very likely both parents need to have really good eye areas. Both parents need to have eaten well, and their ancestors have to be strong. The symmetry has to be perfect. There can't be one deviation from the norm, or else the symmetry is going to be slightly off. And then like, your teeth need to develop properly. You need to get like the right braces, and you need to come from a wealthy family who could even like spend the money to give you these braces. And even if all that stuff happens, what if you have bad hormones? What if you don't do the right things growing up and your symmetry is a little off, right? And you don't have enough money to spend to fix those little like minor issues, right? And there's like something like, let's say you didn't eat like much protein in the womb, or like let's say there was some like little issue. Let's say you got a bump on the nose or some shit when you were playing sports. All of these things make an insane difference in the long run. I know it's like little things, but what you add them all up and you perfect the face, and you'll see how your treatment freaking skyrockets. And you're not gonna be sad if you look good and you're walking around and everybody's complimenting you. You know, people are gonna start giving you opportunities. They're already gonna respect you, and they're already gonna think, oh, this guy's ready for work. I could hire him. Oh, I trust him already. You know, like people will give you like their usernames and passwords to like their computer if you offer like computer help or whatnot. And I know that sounds like incredible, right? Like that sounds like insanity for a lot of people, but like, yeah, they'll just trust you automatically just from like the face and like the features that you have. And it's a complete gamble what you have. Right, and even if you look good, you might not look good to the point where it's like, okay, I allow this person to like, I trust him with like my username and passwords on the computer. It's like your face unlocks doors that other faces literally can't unlock. Like it's all a byproduct of the face, right? And what Zerka's saying is true. Like Zerka's like a good-looking guy, but he's like a different kind of good-looking guy. Like he's more of like the guy who goes to the parties and all the women want to hang out with because he's really big and tall and has that like massive jaw. But like another person, like, I don't know, Keanu Reeves, let's say, it's going to be a completely different story, right? Like the face has more harmony, there's more symmetry, he looks a bit kinder, he looks like someone you could be with for a long time, and it all comes down to the looks. The personality is just the looks, man. Now, let's say you're like an average looking dude. I'm not saying like it's over for you, right? Because you could, you know, be really healthy and you could have a bunch of money and you could still live the way that you want. Most people aren't going to be like insane, and people are just going to treat you normally, right? So if you are a respectable person and you treat everybody normally and like you're well-rounded, people are still going to treat you really well and you're still going to get respect for the most part, right? But if you fix every single possible flaw on your face and you make it so that you have an extremely harmonious face, you will see what I'm talking about. It just becomes insanity, complete insanity. That's it.